Today, we are going to investigate the different relationships of different quadrilaterals. I'm going to write down some words here, and I want you to think about what you already know about these words and what questions you may have about them. Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, rectangle, trapezoid, parallelogram, finally, kite. What do you already know about these words? You may recognize that they're all different two-dimensional shapes. You may also be able to make some connections between a couple of these shapes. For example, a rectangle is a quadrilateral. So is a trapezoid, so is a parallelogram, and so is a kite. What do you still wonder about these shapes? Today you're going to dive deeper into these shapes and investigate them. Here is your task for today. You're going to work on polygon exploration. First, cut out the strips with the names of various polygons and their definitions. So you can cut out each one of these shapes. For example, triangle is a three-sided polygon. Then it says to try to draw at least two examples of each polygon. One example, all side lengths that are equal, and the next example, some side lengths that are different. So let's go back up to triangle. Remember to use a straight edge every time that you're drawing your shapes to make it a little bit more accurate and precise. So I'm just going to draw you an example here, but you'll cut these out and put them on a piece of paper so that you have more room to work with. So my first example of my triangle is going to have all equal sides. Okay, it's a three-sided polygon. Remember, a polygon has straight lines and it's a closed shape. And all of my sides are equal, and I can mark that they're equal by just putting a little dash into all of my sides to show that all of them are equal. Now remember, I want to try to push myself to see if I could draw a shape that does not have equal signs. So here I go. I'm going to make this an obtuse triangle. Okay, so this still is a three-sided polygon because all of my lines are straight and they're connected, but it's a second example because I have some sides that are not equal. You can see that this line is much shorter than that line right there. So then it says, so I would do that for all of my shapes, if I can. It says, if it's impossible to draw some of these shapes, explain why. So it might be impossible to draw some of your second examples. Here's an extra. Draw at least one example of each polygon, non-example, and then explain why it's non-example. So if I wanted to draw a non-example of a triangle, I might decide to make it a four-sided. So this is a non-example of a triangle. You're going to walk through that process for all of your shapes right here. And it's really important that you display your work nicely. I also didn't explain why it's not an example in words. I said it out loud to you, but you would then describe in words why that's non-example. Again, you're going to cut this out and put it on a piece of paper so that you have more room for all this, because by the time you get to all these shapes, there's going to be a lot of space that you're going to need for this. Good luck today on your different polygons.